Earlier this year, General Motors announced expansion plans that would create or save about 4,000 jobs around the country. Today, GM said 2,500 of them will be at a plant in the Detroit area. All of this is part of GM's comeback. Seth Doane, who visited a plant in Lordstown, Ohio, as workers who were being laid off there 2 years ago returned to find thousands were being hired back.
This is the sound of an entire town being jolted back to life by 4,000 pounds of steel.
My heart could burst that I'm just that excited to be here.
Just to have a job.
Just to have a job.
Bobby Marsh had been unemployed for a year and a half. We first met her back in January 2009, 1 month after being laid off like 2,200 others when GM cut production of the now defunct Cobalt.
I want to be able to provide on my own.
It's tough.
Very tough.
It's 1702.
She tightened her budget and used her mother's piano lesson money to help save her house. All the time anxious about the stress on her son.
I love you.
Love you too.
Big squeeze.
How about with you and your son? What's changed at home?
I feel like I'm a better mom.
Why?
Because I'm not worried about where my paycheck's coming.
For a good month, not a single car rolled off this line. Now this plant is up and running at capacity, employing about 4,500 people and turning out a car a minute.
You know, going from telling people they're laid off to telling people, hey, we're hiring, come on back in. I mean, that gives you a sense of gratification right there.
Plant manager Bob Parcell is proud of the new car coming off the line now, the fuel-efficient Chevy Cruze. Introduced in September, by April it had outsold every other GM vehicle.
How the plant goes is really how this community goes and really how Northeast Ohio goes.
Mayor Michael Chafee says 75% of his town's revenue comes from the plant.
It was hard to turn the television on and see U.S. senators talking about letting the industry go away.
I think about it a lot.
When we first met John Tarchek, he had been furloughed and was filling time with house chores. He was laid off for 4 months, just as his son was heading to college.
We were really scraping together in order just to make ends meet because we didn't know what the future was going to be.
But now he's working again, not far from Bobby Marsh.
It feels like that I've conquered something by overcoming being being laid off and being able to survive, because it makes me feel like I'm a winner.
That's the way the whole town feels.
Back in front.
Seth Doane, CBS News, Lordstown, Ohio.